Review Car, Peter Christensen here, coming to you from the CEO's desk. Going to talk about the super fun topic of insurance. We all love it. We all have some insurance. So I talked about this at the UAR convention last week. Shout out to the UAR staff, put on a great convention. A lot of good info out there. Hope you had a chance to attend. If you did, this is going to be a bit of a repeat. If you didn't, lucky you. Talking about it again. So I almost forgot to talk about this at the legal panel because I got excited about talking about the duty of loyalty. But insurance. Why? Why are we talking about insurance? What? Are you talking about what kind of insurance? So talking about actual homeowners insurance. Why is it an issue? Well, it's an issue really because most underwriters will require a buyer to have it, right? They want to protect their investment, and so you have to have it. Okay, so big deal. Everybody knows it's part of their mortgage. They pay their insurance. Well, it's a big deal because recent disasters, not necessarily in our state, but there are all kinds of crazy reasons for this. We're lumped geographically into regions, and ours includes California. And so wildfires, burnt down neighborhoods, big issues. And what's happening is insurance companies are saying we're paying out, a lot of money on these claims, and so they're adjusting rates, adjusting coverage maps. And so bottom line, if you take anything from this video, we need to talk to buyers before settlement about homeowners insurance and remind them that it is their responsibility to make sure they can, A, get insurance. So if they're getting a mortgage, that they can actually satisfy that requirement, and B, that it's in the price range they're expecting. So insurance, the homeowner may have a certain coverage at a certain rate. That's not guaranteed with the home. So a new buyer comes in, the insurance company adjusts, may say, we don't insure in this area anymore. This is a high fire risk area. You're in the foothills, whatever. And so we are not going to offer insurance. And then buyers in big trouble at the settlement table, past all their deadlines, all their opportunities to get out of the contract, and they haven't checked for insurance until they go to settlement and find out, I can't get it. Now, that's an extreme one. Is it happening? It's happening in parts of the country. Haven't heard of it in Utah yet, but we don't know. But I have heard of insurance rates going up, 200%. And so that's something to keep an eye on. If a buyer is right on the edge with their financing, and they are saying, I can absorb this much, I can handle this much, and that's assuming maybe a very optimistic insurance rate. But then the reality is it's triple what they thought it was going to be, and that puts a financial strain on them. So bottom line again, have your buyer understand it's their responsibility to find out if insurance coverage is available and is in a rate that's acceptable to them, that has a rate that's acceptable to them. So, yeah, simple, but I think something we haven't paid a lot of attention to in the past. It's just sort of been automatic. You buy the house in the neighborhood and you get the insurance and nobody pays that much attention. But it's becoming more of an issue, and it's not even, doesn't always make sense. Like, you're buying a cabin in the woods. Yeah, okay, insurance may be a little different than the neighborhood. No, we're finding towns that are maybe in the foothills where it's in the middle of a neighborhood and they're having insurance increases. So you just want to make sure they understand, buyers understand. You got to figure this out, do your homework, talk to your insurance agent, make sure you get a quote, you understand what the terms will be, and that you can get what you need before we go to settlement, because if you can't, maybe we need to look at different options. Remember, this is not legal advice. This is legal information only. If you need specific legal advice, please contact your attorney. Thanks for tuning in.